Bollywood has always loved to do travel movies or simply movies that are based on exotic foreign locations. This trend is not particularly new, and traditionally, this has been done to show off the budget of the movie or to catch the NRI appeal. But things took a slight shift in this narrative after the turn of the millennia. So hey guys, my name is Soham and welcome back to Wonder Why I See. Now many of you might agree with me on the sudden New York obsession phase of Bollywood during the 2000s to 2010s. So today let's talk about this. Now just like any other trend, this also had its ups and downs. So let's try to understand this particular phase of Bollywood. Now please note that in this video, I have simply conveyed my personal opinion and in no way is this a rant towards any director, actor or producer. I am just a fan who grew up watching these films and this was something which I noticed in this particular era of Bollywood. Now Bollywood has used foreign locations a lot in the past and this is not exactly a new trend. But things started to change a bit from the year 1995. Shah Rukh Khan's blockbuster film Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge came out to a massive cult following. This film became an instant hit among the youngsters and it influenced the 90s kids a lot. And this was basically the start of Bollywood's romanticization of foreign lands, and a Europe trip with friends became a dream for every kid growing up in mid-90s. You can say that this was the Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara moment in the middle of 90s. And this movie's commercial success basically reinvented the foreign genre in Bollywood to some extent. More and more people started to realize that foreign films were an untapped potential in the Indian market. Because we still didn't had the internet boom of 90s for the majority of Indian public. That was a different era with no YouTube vlogs or travel documentaries. So people who were eager to venture into the new worlds wanted to see these films. Everyone wanted to explore the world. Moreover, those people who were not very financially stable, even they were ready to spend their money on these films. Because these foreign-based films were giving them that particular dose of awe and excitement through the film screens. I remember that when I first saw DDLJ, I was mesmerized by the beauty of Europe. So obviously in the year of 1995, people were eager to watch more movies like this. But then again, you might be wondering how DDLJ is related to New York-based movies when it is entirely set in Europe and India, having no connection to the American landmass at all. Well, my friend, this is something called the snowball effect. The influence of DDLJ slowly started creeping on Bollywood, and more filmmakers started to use this storyline where NRIs and foreign locations are heavily featured. These movies kind of became a cliche for a while, wherein the focus was on a guy who went abroad in search of fame but eventually realized that the love for motherland is greater than any riches in the world. And slowly, the focus shifted from Europe to America, mostly showing the Indian side or Indian aspect of the American dream. In a very quick time frame, we got back-to-back movies like Pardes and Aab Laut Chale, which kind of showed the Indian appeal of America. But from here on, we slowly transitioned into a different phase of Bollywood, a more accepting phase of Bollywood that didn't just limit itself to the shackles of nationalism. Now don't get me wrong, the movies that we got before this weren't bad at all, but they were simply showing just one side of the coin. But now, we were kind of transitioning into the other side of the coin. Many things had happened in the year 2003. Internet was getting more and more mainstream after the turn of the millennia, and the upper middle class of India started to dream big. US was the dream destination for every Indian millennial, be it for work or just for travel. Everyone wanted to see the American landmass with their own eyes, and Bollywood realized this too. And from around 2003, movies started to become less preachy and more story-driven in this regard. Yeah, I'm not saying that movies showing love for motherland is wrong. Swadesh from 2004 is one of my absolutely favorite movies of all time for a number of different reasons. But still, Bollywood's new experiment with showing America and especially New York was on par with the new dreams and aspirations of this generation. Every teen wanted to see New York in all its glory, from the Statue of Liberty, Brooklyn Bridge and so on and so forth. Thus Bollywood quickly realized this and accepted this opportunity very well. The thing is that everyone likes to dream big, but not everyone has the means or opportunities to fulfill those dreams. Traveling to the US is a very costly affair that not everyone would be able to afford. And also, this was the pre-YouTube era, so you didn't have the beautiful travel vlogs to quench your thirst. Thus, you couldn't see these amazing monuments from the Big Apple via the lens of YouTube. Hence, Bollywood came up with these location-based movies. Films like Kal Ho Na Ho became a cult hit because of this particular phenomenon. People were ready to spend their money on these movies, which showed a different world to them, without being unnecessarily preachy. And this phase caught on quickly. Yes, sure, there were movies based on other foreign locations as well, especially Europe. But the sole focus of an exotic location film always remained in New York and, to a broader aspect, America. The stories based in New York quickly became commercially successful, both domestically as well as internationally. The NRI appeal made New York a stronghold for Bollywood movies of this decade. Obviously, there will be a lot of bias attached to this statement, but many consider this era as the golden era of Bollywood in terms of music and songs. We had an ensemble of amazing singers in the form of Udit Narayan, Sonu Nigam, Shankar Mahadevan, KK, Shafqat Amanat Ali, Alka Yagnik, Shreya Ghoshal, and many more. And a lot of these cult songs stem from this New York generation or New York phase of Bollywood. For Indian millennials, songs like Mitwa, Kal Ho Na Ho, and many more basically defined a generation. Rani Mukherjee and Shah Rukh Khan dancing to Tum Hi Dekho Na in front of the Manhattan skyline and in the middle of the New York streets was the definition of Bollywood romance. And I think another important factor that led to the rise in popularity of the New York obsession phase of Bollywood stems from one simple aspect, and that is good stories. Yeah, New York remained the focus or the main attraction point of these movies, but it was the diverse plots that won the audience over. We had emotional movies like Kal Ho Na Ho that featured the themes of love and loss in the midst of a serious issue like cancer. And then there was Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna, which was probably Bollywood's first major mainstream movie that dealt with issues like adultery and extramarital affair in a non-preachy manner. Next, we had light-hearted stuff like Tara Rampam to 2009's New York, which talked about a very sensitive topic like 9/11. And these were just some of the many films that fell under this phase. Other films like My Name is Khan, which in my opinion is one of the best works of Shah Rukh Khan. Then there is London, Paris, New York, Jaain Man, Anjana Anjani, etc. Bollywood not only managed to capture the various sides of the American dream, but it also gave the Indian audience hopes and aspirations to move forward. These movies influenced the newer generation a lot, and for many millennials, the charm of these movies were the major reason for their venture into the unknown territories of life. The youth wanted to see America without the filters of traditional media, and a lot of these films fulfilled those desires. I'm not saying that these movies are without any fault, that's far from the truth, and a critical examination of each of these movies would bring out their extensive flaws. But in this particular video, I'm not doing that. I'm just trying to understand and then give my explanation to this immensely popular phase of Bollywood that is not really talked about that much on the internet. Now, even though this era is kind of over and we have moved on from the New York obsession phase, but still we can find glimpses of it here and there. A great example would be the movie which I love to watch again and again, and that is English Winglish. So to conclude, I think this era of Bollywood was a result of India's development and the growing aspirations of the youth that wanted to explore the world. And since New York is, or at least was considered as the cultural capital of the world, so everyone wanted to see it with their very own eyes. Thus came Bollywood, which basically fulfilled these wishes. Movies from this era prominently displayed iconic locations of the Big Apple, such as Statue of Liberty, Times Square, Central Park, Brooklyn Bridge, George Washington Bridge, Manhattan skyline, Queens, and so on and so forth. Yeah, this era was kind of cheesy, I'm not denying that, but still I love it a lot. And it was due to this era of Bollywood that I too fell in love with New York. Hopefully someday in future I will also be able to visit it. Yaar koi to le chalo New York, I just wanna see it so bad. Anyway, with that dream and aspiration in mind, my name is Soham and thank you so much for watching this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, share it with your friends, and definitely subscribe to the channel for more. This is Wonder by Z and I'll see you soon in the next video.